Hi, so it's been a while. We are approaching year 2 on my YouTube channel, so the third of this video. Should we have some tea together? Like, I feel like this is the only time we connect. Let me go make tea. For the whole world, and I'm sure for everyone individually, but for me personally, I've had so much personal growth this year. I feel like I've just taken a big year out to just learn a lot from people. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, along with the rest of the world. Oh, also, sorry, this year we opened up Shaz.
We are Shaz.
Shaz. 33 health tips. The first one is a new one. I've learnt this in the past year. I was so shy at school, right? I would try and do anything possible to not draw attention to myself, including sneezing like this. And I've learnt this year that you need to try and let out your sneezes. I had to retrain myself from like 20 years worth of holding in my sneezes to let out my sneezes. I was asking the doctors at work, and it can like pop blood vessels and stuff, and it's just let out your sneezes. Number 2, which was one of the biggest ones in my doctor's health, where I interviewed all the doctors at work, I don't know, was to stretch and do yoga. I'm very much aware I'm getting older. I'm not a fan. To ensure that your muscles kind of like stay mobile and whatnot, it would help with things like fibromyalgia, any kind of pain. I work for a hospital and we have a chronic pain department, and the wait list is crazy big, and this is just pain. So there's nothing a doctor can do about it but give you painkillers. But the biggest advice from them is to like stretch, keep your body moving, but keep that kind of like flexibility of your muscles. What everyone says, like, it connects your mind and body, and it takes you up to different spiritual forms and whatnot, and it really helps with your breathing. So it's amazing for anxiety, things like that. Also, this isn't in the video. I just want to reiterate how important our breathing is. It is priceless in a chaotic scenario. Last weekend I was having a panic attack, and I haven't had a panic attack in years, and I actually passed out. The only thing that got me through it was just breathing, and like in my breaths I'd be like, it's gonna be okay. It's really kind of put me back in the position of what we have is so powerful. We have the power to control anything, and stretching and yoga helps with that. I've been doing yoga for literally about 7 years. I'm still at beginner level, okay? I can't even do downward dog. Like, I mean, don't compare yourself to others of what they're doing at the time, because that might be their whole life, is working out, you know? Like, me and you, we got other things to take care of. Number 3, of course, is water. I now, not to be a snob, only drink Evian water. Evian made the promise to be carbon free and plastic free, 100% recycled plastic in 2021, and they've done it in 2020. So that's what I'm saying. You support businesses that have a goal like that, and they get there quicker. But I don't want to ingest fluoride for many different reasons in holistic health. I am, of course, so blooming advantaged to even live in a country where you can drink water from the tap, and it's clean water. I have accessible to clean water, and fluoride and chlorine help with that. If you have easy access to like Evian water, where I think Evian has the lowest percentage of chlorine. The other reason which I don't want to ingest fluoride is that I am very spiritual, you know, I'm into the auras and things like that. Apparently I have a lilac purple aura. I think it's a pineal gland, which is like right in the middle of your head. And when it's for most normal people in the world, the pineal gland is biggest when we are youngest, like in terms of the ratio of our head. People who use their pineal gland, like yogis, monks, grows as they get older. And it says the pineal gland harnesses all the spirituality and things like that in the body. Fluoride is a catalyst for shrinking the pineal gland, which is why I personally don't want to drink fluoride, and that's why I drink Evian, because it doesn't have any, or at least it didn't when I did the analysis. It doesn't have any fluoride in it and has the lowest concentration of chlorine. But again, that's just me. Drink whatever water you have accessible to you that is safe, and drink probably about at least 2 litres, try and aim for 3 to 4 litres. Okay, number 4 is earthing and making time for nature. So earthing, I think, was one of the main things that cured my migraines. I will always congratulate, show appreciation for earthing. I still sleep with my earthing mat every single night. I have a video on earthing, but basically earthing is having skin-to-skin contact with the earth, because it evens out your positive and negative electrons. But it really does crazy things, and you know, don't knock it till you try it, in the words of Mr. Styles. Number 5 is gratitude, taking some time out to be in your centers and meditating. Now, before I would put them all in as different points. You know, like, I find it hard personally to practice gratitude in terms of putting pen to paper. The feeling I get when I truly practice gratitude is this idea of just being in the moment, and I am what I am. Life just is what it is. And I also get similar feelings when I meditate. Hi, beautiful girl. And when I'm very in tune with my senses. So for people who haven't meditated before, like when I'm trying to teach Sharav how to meditate, I say just like be aware of your senses. Feeling this, and then feeling my trousers, and then feeling this. And you don't have to necessarily describe to yourself what it feels like. Just feeling different textures will kind of stimulate that feeling sense. I guess with seeing, we do it 24/7. So maybe you can name things that you can see, or name colours, or name shapes, which I think is quite cool. And even if you do it for just 10 seconds, whenever you feel overwhelmed, or whenever you just remember to. The more I do it, the more appreciation I have for my life. Number 6 is eating something is better than nothing. I am one of these people, and this is why I stopped doing so much judgy, instructive videos, is because I don't follow them. So why would you? I had the mentality before of I want to eat only the best food, or I'm not going to eat. And like, yeah, I can stay alive without that, but really I'm going to get tired, I'm going to get a headache, I'm going to get anxious, I'm going to get depressed if I don't eat. And I've always had a weird relationship with food, in the sense that I can go through phases of not eating, and it's just because I feel like I don't have time. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. So I've kind of come to adopt the notion of eating something is better than eating nothing. Okay, even if I go out for creams, which if you don't know what creams is, it's like a dessert restaurant, only desserts. Even if I have creams for dinner, you know, it's a short burst of energy of sugar, but it's better than nothing, okay? And that will slowly kind of build into something else, like cooking my own meals, for instance. Number 7 is literally one word: cardiovascular. I think that's something I've really picked up this year, is training my heart. Cardiovascular exercise, even just like going for a brisk walk or going for a run. Again, I'm one of those privileged dickers who has a treadmill. So like for me, it's easy, I'm saying. But if you can find a safe way to go running, do it. If you can find a safe way to go on a walk, do it. But having a healthy heart is so important, and you really realise that as you see people get older. Okay, number 8. An outlet. Venting to someone, tweeting, writing it down, anything that puts how you are feeling to words or art. For me personally, I like to use words and noises. That helps me get things out. I have recently, you probably know, I've talked about her all the time. I have recently found a new, I'm going to get emotional, oh my gosh. I've recently got a new friend called Jessie. She is a beacon of light into my life. I have friends, I have family. I feel like in my family at this point, I feel a role of needing to protect and nurture, so not necessarily someone I can go tell my problems to. I'll tell them when I'm sad, but I don't want to go into depth because I don't want to burden them with it, and I don't know why I get so emotional about this, gosh. But I know I'm not the only one, because I hear people say this all the time. They're like, I don't want to burden you with my problems. But like, my life has completely changed with Jessie coming into it, because I have an outlet where I can share every kind of intense emotion, happy or sad. I can go to her and be like, this is what it is. I didn't know that I didn't have an outlet, you know, like so I think it's so important, whatever it is, like the things I was suggesting is like maybe art. I think that would be, if you feel like you don't have anyone to turn to, do that. Like I used to do colouring books as like an outlet, because you can kind of use like how hard you're doing the pencils and the different colours you use as like a way of emitting how you feel. It makes a lot of difference. Like obviously you just saw my emotional reaction to that. So number 9 is keeping a sleeping schedule. I'm the worst with this, I really, really am. Sleep is so important. It's where your body rests, it's where your mind rests. It's one of those things, it's more important than food and water, because it's not something you can add to your body. Your body controls you with that. So definitely try and just have a good relationship with your sleep. No one in the whole world is ever going to have a perfect sleeping schedule. Number 12, do an alkaline detox every now and then. I used to wake up and take a bicarbonate soda shot every day, and then I switched over to have an apple cider vinegar, and even like lemon water. Although lemon is acidic, when it's digested it turns alkaline in your body, or like it helps even out and up the alkaline level in your body. I don't know the right words for that. There is medical research to show that a more alkaline body can help slow down cancers, which is just one kind of example of how you can get benefits from it. Better kind of bowel movements, which I love because I have IBS. Decrease in headaches, decrease in inflammation, and then overall pain. Number 13, say nice things about yourself. So your personality shines through anything. Like, Jasmine, you're a good person. Like, Jasmine, it's gonna be okay. Or Jasmine, these socks are so cool. Or Jasmine, that cup of tea you made was really nice. Jasmine, well done for smiling today. Over time you'll notice the change. I don't know how to describe it, and I won't because it will bore you, but over time you'll notice the change. Number 16, air quality. 80% of our toxins we breathe out. It's freezing in England right now. Every now and then, if the house is empty, I'll turn off the heating, open all the windows, get some airflow in, and I'm in the car, roll down the window. Take the opportunities whilst they're there during the cold weathers. Is it going to kill us by breathing them back in? No. Is it going to make us feel slightly better by not breathing them back in? Yes. Number 17, use sunscreen. 90% of premature aging comes from not wearing sunscreen. Number 22, EMF waves. Don't sleep with your phone and don't use your phone constantly. This is my crystal flex if you're into crystals. I bought a shungite plate for my phone. Shungite basically blocks EMF waves. I've put a lot of shungite on my Christmas list as well. But trying to block EMF waves, I noticed this a lot when I was getting into holistic health and holistic medicine and holistic healing. And whenever I used to get headaches when I was younger, I could not stand being near the TV, any clocks, my phone, any like watches, anything electronic. I couldn't stand being near it. And if I had to be near it, I would have my head furthest away from it as I could. I trialed this stupidly. I slept for a week with my phone next to my head. By the end of that week, I was, you know, like the static sound, just like, that's the only way to describe my mind during the end of that week. And that was like the only change in variable that I did. So, EMF waves. If you don't believe in them, just don't bloody sleep with your phone next to your head. Like, what are you doing? Number 29, vegan for 1 day a month. I think trying like a vegan diet or even like a raw vegan day is kind of just like a refresh to your system. It's kind of like things like juice fast and things like that. Like, I feel like being vegan for a day is a good way to kind of just strip back to the bare minimum to let your body like rest and hydrate or whatever. And even being vegetarian for a day, because if you're like people that I know, you have meat for every single meal. Again, I'm not going to judge you for that. I'm going to judge you a little bit in my head. I'm not going to like treat you any differently for that. But you know, we all need a bit of a refresher and we need a bit of rest on our body. And if you're eating meat every single meal of the day, it's going to take a toll on your heart and your blood pressure and things like that. So just, you know. Number 30, Just learn a bit more can even be done with films or watching TV. For example, I watch things in French to learn a bit more, or watch international movies to learn more about different cultures. Find people you aspire to be like. So you will find a pool of people from then on, and they can advise you of what to read or watch or boycott, and just good things for your soul. So basically that will help you connect and find even what your soul wants and what makes you truly happy and makes you into the person you want to be. And you can change that. I think at first I was looking to Mother Teresa and didn't really find that connection with her, so I looked into Martin Luther King instead, and then found that connection with him and found many people from then on, which resulted in Merlin, which a magical, mythical, which I pretend is not mythical, being. Number 31, social media detox. Need I need to explain myself? No. Number 33, get real food as much as possible. But try and get real food as much as possible. When I cured my migraines and my depression, I went on almost like a raw vegan diet, which has forced me to just get proper real fresh food. It's expensive, not 100% necessary. You can live without real food. Most people in the world do. But it does make a difference from time to time, and you do feel an instant difference. And that's it. If any of these topics you wanted more information on, you check out any of my other videos. I have playlists which should kind of categorize things quite simply for you. But that is what I consider to be most important health-wise for me in my life at the minute. But thank you so much for watching. I can't believe I've been doing YouTube for 2 years. I've never kept up anything that long in my whole life. And I do still want to pursue it, and I still love it, and I still feel like I'm starting out. So I'm so grateful for you for watching this. I don't want to say bye. I hate ending videos. But yeah, I'm gonna go. This reminds me of my Vogue video. Have I not filmed like this since Vogue? I don't know.